Hello my peeps. First of all, as always, I clean all the dense energies in all directions of time back to the source or to God with love, so they may find the love and the appreciation they deserve. And I call upon all the angels, ancestors, and guardians who hold the right medicine for this very special reading. And today we have a yin and yang reading for October. And I welcome you, my peeps. I welcome you for this October reading. And let us see what we have. We have, as I said before, we have a yin and yang reading. So, this is our yin and yang reading. And when you're interested in those pictures, write me on Instagram and we can figure out how I can send you this picture, right? So, welcome my peeps, welcome to all the signs, to all females, males, and whatever you feel, whatever you are, all the spirits, very welcome. So I welcome you to this yin and yang coffee reading, and I will start right away. I will put that on this side here, and I will start right away with the starseed cards. Let us see what October has in store for us all. And I don't really like to say that and to call that out, but you can of course subscribe to the channel. It would be amazing because it helps me, of course, but if not, it's also okay. And wow, we have so much volunteers lately, and we have always 2 volunteers. That's crazy. So we have the cracked open, which says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. And then we have the earth, so learning how to be human in the world but not of it, right? And then and when we look at the yin and yang sign, and when we look at the fact that we have a yin and yang reading today, it literally says that we have to crack open our minds, because lately I very often talk about dense or dark or strange energies. So it is the case that most of us are able to feel that energies. Some of us don't really know how to handle with it. So in order to not to make mistakes, in order to stay safe and sound, in order to be productive, to not make mistakes, some of us, the most of us, does one thing. We did close our hearts, right? We keep them secret. We hide our hearts to the humankind, because when we are acting with our hearts, then of course we can hurt very easily. So and in the case of these strange and floating energies which we get bombarded with, we feel the need of click on our minds, to push the button, to push our ego button, and act only and only with our mind, with any kind of logic, but we can't act only with logic. We need to connect with our heart a little bit, maybe just a little bit, maybe a teeny tiny little bit, and we need that so we can decide properly, so we can make decisions properly without getting hurt, without getting bombarded, without the anger of being how can I call it, being distracted and not being destructive, right? So sometimes when we close our heart and we only act with our mind, then we are, for the others, we are kind of a cold-blooded thing, right? They feel, maybe you heard it often, maybe they say to you, why you are so cold-blooded, why you are so cold, why you are so absent, why you are so, why you show me your shoulders or your back, whatever. I think in the last time, especially in this year, most of us heard that, sentences like that. So, but Spirit is loudly calling us to crack open our minds, because we are not able to make healthy decisions for ourselves and for the others only with our mind, only with our ego. And this is especially for light workers and for healers especially. We can't act only with our mind. It's not possible. We need to open up our hearts. We need to open up our souls, even if we get hurt, even if we get bombarded, even if we need to cry so loud because it hurts so much. And I know what I'm talking about, because I really felt this way too. I also shut up my heart for a time, right? Because this is why I did not do anything like that before. It was not the right time, right? The spirituality is, the humankind is more open now. We have not arrived at the point where everyone will accept this easily. Well, when we look at reality, the most most people will not accept it. But the fact is, the simple fact is, we are vessels. We are just vessels. We carry a soul coming from the divine. We carry a light coming from the divine, because without our soul, without our heart, without our energy, without our light, our vessel is nothing. It's just a vessel, right? Because we leave, when we die, we leave the vessel. And the soul is wandering somewhere else. The soul is searching for another purpose. Maybe the same purpose, maybe the same path, but in another vessel. And this means maybe another human vessel, but maybe another vessel, because the animals, which we call animals, these are creatures. We are also creatures. We are also, as I said before, we are vessels of light, and the animals are also vessels of life, of life, of course, also. But what I meant was vessels of light, and they teach us something from their world. We learn from them, and even if you don't believe it, they learn from us too. So we share the same planet. We have to learn from each other. We have to accept our energies from another. There is no other way as to accept the energies from one another. There is no other opportunity. So this is why most of the people do not understand, especially mediums, light workers, and spiritual awakened people. Especially when they are freshly awakened, they literally get they get bombarded, right? We get all bombarded, and with all the energies out there. When we get bombarded with the energies at home, we get bombarded with the energies from the persons around us, from our circle, from our parents, from our kids, from our siblings, cousins, grandmas, granddaddies, from our inner circle in general, and from our outer circle too. And unfortunately, especially the light workers experience so much unexpected, unfortunately, violence too, because they have another they carry another, how can I call it, another clock maybe. They tick in another way, but in a good way. But even though the parents and the siblings do not, because they do not understand this one sibling or this one kid, they always they are always the black sheep, right? And unfortunately they experience also so much violence and get hurt in, I don't know, in so much ways. And this is really hard for a child who was incarnated on this earth and need their parents for protecting. But the parents do not protect this child because it's not like they expected this kid, right? And then you are so fast. You're so fast the black sheep of the family. Even if you're not, even if you know for yourself, even as a kid, even if you know for yourself, I'm not the black sheep. I recognize other things. My consciousness is expansive. My consciousness is different. I have questions. And I need answers. And as a kid, you do not have the chance to do really something about. And then it's the case that they often call them silly and idiot and whatever. And these are really not the hard things, right? They are more bad things. What they unfortunately have to listen to. So please, dear light workers, when you arrive at an age in which you can decide for yourself before you act in a violent way, before you act hopefully not as a perpetrator, but I'm very hopeful about that, because when you wear the black sheep and you are a light worker, you normally do not have the tendency to be a perpetrator. But when you feel so much dark energy in you, and when you feel aggression in yourself because of what you have experienced in your childhood, then please, I invite you to make a meditation. Invite you to call your higher self by making meditation. Listen to your inner voice, because your inner world, you came into this world, you were clean, you had nothing, you had really nothing, not one shoe, not one t-shirt, not one underwear, you had nothing. So listen to yourself, stay with yourself, and please do some meditation work. Please write it down in your notebook, what you experience while you do this meditation, right? And then you can read it time by time when you need it. When you need to read, when you love to make a review for yourself in order to see how far you came or how far you come, then please do it. Don't be a bully, please. Don't be a bully as well, because it is your decision. You carry so much light in you, and don't believe in that black sheep thing. Try to crack up this thing. Try to connect to Mother Earth. As the card here says, learning how to be human in this world, but not of it. This means please do meditation. It is why I say this so intense is because I feel this intense. This is so intense, I can't really explain it, how intense Spirit is in this moment talking to me, and I really try to translate it for you. It is an urgent call. Please, even if you feel aggression in yourself, do some meditation and write it in your notebook. And also your dreams, write it also in your notebook. Spirit is saying you will get your answers while you are sleeping. You will get your answers by connecting to the divine. You will get your answers by connecting to Gaia, because when you are in the meditation state and you are in line with yourself and you are connected with your true self, with your inner voice, with your deepest divine self, then you can crack up the mind, the ego, and open up your consciousness. And then you are hopefully able to see yourself, to see your higher self and talk to your higher self. Maybe you did it in some way in the past. Spirit is telling me sometimes you did it, sometimes you talk with yourself, and others are saying to you, you're crazy. You're not. This self-speaking, this speaking to yourself was not just speaking to yourself. You spoke to your higher self. And now remind yourself that when you had these conversations with your higher self, you weren't able, you weren't aware of the fact that you spoke to your higher self. But now you're able that when you speak to yourself, you don't really speak to yourself. You speak, of course you speak to yourself, but you speak to your higher self, which gave you the right answers, which you can have a deep conversation. So this conversation helped you and will help you in the future to make the right decisions, to be a human on this earth, but to stay connected to your higher self. This is your higher self here, right? This is your higher self, and you need this connection. You need to crack up the ego, the mind, so that you can connect from earth to your higher self while meditating. Because this person here, as you can see, is sitting, right? Is sitting in this light. And this light is you. You are definitely not the black sheep. You are not the black sheep. Remind that for yourself. You are not. You are a vessel of light. And you had a path to go, right? Even if you can't forget it, and I know what I'm talking about. You can't forget it, but you're able to, for yourself, you can forgive them, and you can forgive yourself, right? But first, forgive yourself. This is the first work. When you forgive yourself, when you open up, when you crack up your mind and you open up your awareness, then when you are connected to your higher self, to the divine, to Gaia, whatever you want to call it, to your ancestors, to the angels, whatever you want to call it, and you are then able to make the right decisions and to go the right path, which is right for you, right? Just for you. First of all, it's only you, because you are in this bubble. You are alone there. So it is your self-work first. And when we look at the yin and yang, we have both sides, right? And this is also a circle, and this is the light which we see, right? And we have here the circle too. So this is literally this one here. This is connected to each other. So by the way, when you're interested in, I really forget if I said it, but sorry for that, but when you're interested in those pictures, please contact me through Instagram so we can figure out how I can send you this. But back to the reading. You need to make meditations. There's an urgent call to really fastly connect to your higher self, to the light, and Spirit is saying you are starseed. These are starseed cards, right? And this is so connected to each other. Everything is here connected to each other. And now I will continue with the coffee part because Spirit was so loud now, and I need to translate it for you. So I spoke so much now about the cards. Let us go through. Let us do the next part, okay? So we have the saucer. I will put it on the side. We look at it later. I need to make it clean, okay? So let us look what we have here. Okay. Yes. I don't know if you have listened to the previous videos, but I always go with my intuition because I learned it that way from my ancestors. But when I see some images, sigils, signs or something, then I of course will show you that. And here we have, this is not a bat, this is a hawk. Do you see that? It's a hawk. And here we have a whale. And this is interesting because we really have so much female energy lately, and the whales came up so often in the last time. And see, we have the whale here and the ocean, or the followers also, and yeah, right. And the whale is always about, of course, about freedom, but also family, connection, right? And this is the divine connection which you need to build back, to rebuild again, because you lost it. Some of you lost the connection, you felt it. Maybe you had a spiritual awakening lately. Some of you had a spiritual awakening lately. Spirit is calling me, so saying that clearly. But some of you, okay, let me come back to the spiritual awakening, peeps. Some of you had a spiritual awakening lately, and you feel overwhelmed by that, by all the energies. And Spirit is saying you were sitting in the corner and crying, or lying in the bed and crying and saying, I don't know what I have to do. And what I said before, please, before you get angry, when you feel some kind of aggression, please do the meditation work. Please do the meditation work. It is so important to make this meditation work, because it helps you. It will help you to clear your mind, to clear your heart, to open, to crack up everything what do not serve you anymore. You have to let go now from old habits, from old things, right? You need to let go of them. It serves you not. It doesn't serve you anymore. So otherwise you will find your balance back again. And for those ones who had their spiritual awakening and who are light workers, you need to learn to be human again. You lost the sense to spirit in some ways. Maybe you had a tough time lately, or longer, I don't know. But in the last time you had a really tough time, Spirit is saying. And this is what we see here. This is a really tough time because everywhere is a kind of everywhere are stones which were hindering you, even if there are moments of very much moments of light, right? But there are points which you really don't understand why they came up in the middle of light, right? When you see light and there's suddenly a darkness, then you for a moment you can be irritated, right? You don't understand what's going on here. Why is the darkness here? We have 12 o'clock in the middle of the day. And this is what you felt in the last time. We have the whale here, we have the hawk here, and we have a hawk here. Do you see that? And this is what Spirit is saying. You need, and this female energy here, we are talking about female energy because we have so much ocean and so much whales lately. You need to connect to the female part of yourself. You also have to connect to your male part, of course, but Spirit is saying concentrate your heart more to the feminine side. Doesn't matter if you are now actually a female or a male, concentrate yourself more to the female light and to your family and into yourself, because your higher self in the moment is your family now. You yourself are your family now. So this is why you spoke to yourself, right? This is why you spoke to your higher self. So, and then you should do your meditation work. This is why we have so much hawks here. Hawk is also about wisdom, the same as whales. So you have to connect to the above in order to find the connection to the below, right? This is yin and yang. You have to connect to both, right? But you can only connect to both and find your line when you are first find yourself by connecting to the divine, okay? So please do your meditation work. Do your meditation work. Yeah, and then they will follow you. The others will follow you. Yeah, the others will follow you. This is why we have this here. This is your work. This is your work. Yeah, let us look at the saucer here. Do you see that? Do you see that? This is the moon. And the moon has a face, the mouth, the eye, right? And the moon is here saying, and the moon is also connected to the water, right? We have lots of water energy. It rules the ebb and the flood and just everything. So maybe you should do your first meditation on new moon or on full moon, and this is then your decision. Make your what I can recommend is do your first meditation not on new moon or full moon. Let me correct this. Do your meditation on new moon, which is here, right? Do your first meditation on new moon. Get your first answers. Write everything down. Connect to the source, to the divine, and Then please drink a lot of water beforehand and afterwards. This is so important. And then do your second meditation on full moon. And then try to combine both of it and everything what you wrote down and everything what you have dreamed about between those times. Try to connect everything with all the symbols, with all the sigils, with all the pictures and images you get from spirit. And then hopefully you have your answers and know how to continue with the meditation work, with yourself, with your path, with your life, with your purposes, right? And see the moon is laughing and it spreads light over there like this one here. So please connect. Please do your first meditation on new moon and make your second meditation on full moon, and then continue with your meditation work how you feel it. I don't know, you have to figure out for yourself when you feel it, how you feel it, and if you feel it. But even if you sometimes don't feel it, just do it, okay? Because it will help you, because sometimes the mind and the ego comes through and make a decision for you, and then you miss something, right? So please do your meditation work on the first full moon now, okay? We have, I will write the dates of the new moon and the next full moon in the description box, okay? But you will also see it in my playlist, okay? So that but you can also look it up at any internet site, okay? It's up to you where you want to look. Everything is okay, but you need to stay for yourself. You need to be for yourself, and when you have the chance to move at a sacred place or move at a secret place, can be on the mountains, can be on a farm, doesn't matter, then do it, so that you can be for yourself really without anyone other who can bother you, or you can restrict you or something else, so that you are able to be fully with your full consciousness with yourself. So, and for the love, as always, I now will do that always because I love that part. I will spread some love for you. I will spread some love for you because I love you all, my peeps. I really do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that. So I love the purpose. I love what my ancestors hand me over, and I really love to be on service for you, my peeps. Yeah, and but let us do, I spread the love. Yes, I love you all. I spread the love, but let us do a let me look what we can do. So let us do those cards. One card, just as a confirmation, just to close up this reading. Let us look what the cards have to say. I know I talked really really much this time, but the spirit was loudly talking to me in my ears, in my head, in my, I don't know, and everywhere it is possible. So now let's see what we have here. So, and we have I am love. And it says, be the presence of love. Let the spirit of love flow through you. Beautiful card. Beautiful affirmation card. And I said, you are love. You are the love. Right. So my peeps. And with that, I thank you for being with me until now, and I hope I was able to give you some answers, to give you some light, to give you some, I don't know, whatever you needed in this moment. And I wish you, I will send you so much respectful hugs and respectful love. And I really appreciate you all. I really love you all. And let us spread love into this world together. And I will finish this reading with an harmonic sound. I will thank all the chitty chatty spirits of today. They were really chitty chatty. I thank all the spirits who supported us today for this very reading. I thank you all. I appreciate you all. And I thank you that you gave me the answers to transport it to my peeps. Oh, by the way, we have noises outside today. Again, unfortunately. Sorry, my peeps. I hope it doesn't bother you. And I thank all the elementals from the highest light. I thank all the spirits from the highest light. Oh, let us do it again. I love you, my peeps. Bye bye.